Oh, this is interesting.
Ooh, this is one of Lindsay's most anticipated fights. This is Mako facing off against Alex Pick and Zane. Now, in the blue corner here, we can see Zane. This is a Droopy-esque robot. These are dual horizontals at an angle. So it creates this, like, 10-inch radius of death around the robot. Facing off against Mako, which I believe is an articulated hammer saw. So a modified SSP Sawblaze-esque kind of robot.
It's just such a difficult matchup for Mako because you don't want to drop that thing anywhere near those big, heavy overhead spinners. So it's like the only option really that Mako would have is you have to try to either flip Zane, which means that you have to get close to it, or maybe like apply a pin.
5,
so you can use the box to your advantage to stop those overhead spinners. But
1.
Fight, robots, fight.
These Droopy-esque style bots, they're just scary to even get close to.
Wow, Alex Pick and Zane just bringing chaos here in the box. Now this qualifies as non-traditional locomotion. Oh, getting embedded right into his opponents.
Oh, interesting. Mako is actually using a saw blade instead of like a more traditional hammer saw wheel. So he's out to cut through armor, not just deliver a big hit.
Wow. Now I can see one of those weapons on Zane running. He needs to be running both of them. If Mako is successfully, oh, no, they're both spinning.
Oh.
Wow, that's another good pin from Mako. Yeah, there we go, landing another good hits.
Oh, and you see it's actually doing a good job cutting through some of that armor on the bottom of Zane.
Julian Papazian here, the driver and builder of Mako.
In 1, 2,
You're smoking.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That was a
Pin is released.
hit.
Hey people, so that was Mako's first match at NHRL in March. As you can see, it went pretty well, but one minor correction to Luke, who I think said it. Mako is no longer an SSP at all. I think the only SSP part that's left is the motherboard. So, woo, custom robot, I've done it. But besides that, as the commentator said, that is a complicated and difficult matchup for Mako. I was very nervous about it. I even considered running a lifter, which I had prepared, but decided against it because, you know, that's no fun. I want to come out and saw. Kind of a ridiculous aspect to this match is Alex Pick, the driver of Zane, and I were both on the Outside of the Box podcast about a week prior to this, and we both said, I don't want to face you. I don't want to face you. We did not want to face each other. And out of 96 robots, we got matched up right off the bat. So it's either a crazy coincidence or someone in the matchmaking is a fan of that podcast. But either way, it went well for me. I was not able to run my Mini because my new Mini, because it has big wheels, and it seemed like Zane was just going to be at the perfect height, just chop him up, cut him up. But I got the win without it. And you'll also notice that I hit him kind of right after he tapped out. That was not intentional at all. In the heat of the moment, it's hard to pay attention to the lights. The ref didn't notice. You'll notice they even started counting right after I hit. They thought the match was still going too. So that was a big mistake on my part. Thankfully, I didn't cause any real damage to him. I just scuffed up the armor. You'll notice the saw was not working as good as it normally does. But we'll get to that a bit later. Next up is a match against Temporal Terror. It's a 4-wheel drive vert. I'm not considering other configs for the rest of the day. I'm bringing the saw, and I'm going to try to saw him. So here it is. was a good win, a hard-fought win. Pretty early, I got in a few good hits sort of in their weapon area. One of them eventually broke my saw. But later on, I was able to ramp up into them and stop their weapon. They actually gave me a trophy of one of those early hits must have gone right into the pulley, or it may have been once my saw was dead, I sort of jammed it in, and just the spinning of the pulley caused the damage. I don't know. But either way, hard-fought win. I think it was close, but once their weapon is fully down, it's just up to me to win on the control points, which I was fortunate enough to be able to. But you'll notice yet again that even though I was hitting where I wanted to with the saw, it was not spinning as hard and fast as it normally does. Here is an explanation to that. Okay, so the weapon is on channel 4, and this is me pressing the button to spin it up. And as you can see, it's taking a very long time to get to 100, which is where it's spinning at full power. And if for a second I have second thoughts and I release it, it resets back to negative 100. So in order for me to get a full speed attack in those previous 2 matches, I would have had to hold the button down for, I believe, 11.2 seconds. And if you've seen my matches, you know that's not generally what I do. I get the pin, spin up the weapon for a second or two, and then bring it down. So that's why the weapon sucked a lot in the first 2 matches. Yikes. So that is extremely stupid on my part. You're probably wondering how or why I did that. I was wiring up a spare motor / ESC combo a few days before, and I had turned that on so I could slowly spin the motor up to tell which direction the motor was spinning in case I had to resolder it. But I forgot to turn that off because normally the motor goes instantly to 100. It tries to spin up as fast as it can. So that's what the weapon is going to be doing for the rest of the day. Okay, so that foolish weapon mistake behind me. Mako is miraculously 2-0 in the qualifiers, and I believe I got a bye in the first bracket, so my next matchup here is up against Jelly Baby, a big wide control bot with TPU forks and strong drive. Unfortunately, this match doesn't have audio, so I'm going to play a song, and if you can name it, I will mail you a saw blade. Mako lost that by decision. I'll play the clip here. Guppy, my mini-bot driver, does a... Guppy, my mini-bot, driven by my brother, does a great job of getting in there, distracting them, and allowing me to get like the perfect pin exactly where I want them. I land a pretty good hit, bring the saw back, and as you can see from this angle, the motor is dead before the second hit even lands. So that's really hard to come back from. Normally I would be pretty confident, like, hey, I'll just outdrive them. But no, Paige was a great driver, and Jelly Baby is a great robot. So I kind of got whooped a bit for the rest of the match. But that's okay. It's a great robot. I believe they wound up taking fourth, only losing to the eventual winner, Eruption. But yeah, Mako is eliminated from the tournament, unfortunately. I believe top 32. So out of 96, that's not bad. But especially considering those first two matches, I was fighting with a gimped weapon, we'll say. I want to grudge. So after some time looking around, I found my first opponent, Karl. I felt very bad because I saw their name on the board, so I went and found them. I was like, hey, do you want a grudge? And right after I said that, I realized that they're literally like all the way packed up. But they agreed to. They got unpacked, and we had a match. So here it goes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, robots, 5!
One of my wheels is... Yeah, that's mini fight. Oh, you want some?
This is scary.
I know. Spin faster, it's longer. Yep. Hit! He's still moving. Nice, guys. Are you totally dead?
How is he not dead?
Well, that's all you say.
I leave you alone, and this is what I come back to.
So yeah, got the kill shot there. That's about as good as I could hope to do with Mako. Was a little tentative in the beginning. They were sort of pinging me back when they collided with my forks instead of sliding on top of them, which is what I want. But I was able to bounce them away. The saw was fully spun up, sort of an aggressive attack, and came in with the hit to the battery. Surprisingly, they kept running for like 2 full minutes. It went to a decision. And you can see that once again my saw was damaged from that initial hit. I come in for some hits sort of near their wheel area, but there's not much on it because my saw mount is now sort of exploded inside, I believe. But yeah, that's a great win, signature win. I feel really bad that I sort of pulled them into another match and then set their robot on fire, but they were great sports about it, and hopefully we meet again. I want to keep fighting. Great win, but I want to keep learning more, keep practicing, keep seeing what the robot's going to do. So I eventually found another Grudge, and this is against Ghastly, a two-wheel drive beater bar, and here it is. Oh yeah, another spectacular win. Fortunately, they did not get caught ablaze, didn't hit their battery, but actually sliced like right through all their receiver wires, which just turns off the bot basically. I'm gonna go ahead and play another angle of that just because the kid's reaction, who's right up against Cage, is perfect. And if you're watching, kid, I know you've got a good camera angle, so send that to me, and I'll send you a saw blade. I don't know. Alright, but I'm not done yet. I find one more Grudge. This is up against Sir Spinny. They actually had their first tournament in January where they went 4-1, I believe, which is spectacular, especially for your first time. They're a four-wheel drive beater bar, and they've also got a really good mini, which you'll see in this match. that was a pretty dang close match. Nick, the one who was refereeing, basically didn't want to pick a winner, but eventually went with them. Those two kids are very young and just spectacular drivers. My brother, who was driving the minibot, was like, yeah, even when I saw them like position themselves into the corner, they were like, uh-oh. But yeah, I went for sort of a kill shot against the minibot early, and you'll see I just catch the robot with only my mount, just exploding it, sending it all across the arena. So from then, I'm just sort of trying to whack them with a saw that will not spin. So yeah, they won that match, deservedly. No one is left to grudge, but there is still a rumble that I'm entering, which has Mr. Roper, a crazy 30-pound toolbox robot, and a 30-pound flipper. So we'll check this out.
Kind us turn.
You can leave it here. We'll store this for you. Just keep in mind, we're going to use it whenever we want.
He sent it out, and I think he got distracted with some other robots and probably forgot all about it. And we just keep on using it. Thank you so much, Chad.
And away we go. Robots are moving.
The chaos is happening, and Mr. Roper does not like it. Get off of my lawn vibes coming for Mr. Roper.
Whoop. Booster boosting itself into the air. Oh, the bouncy balls have bounced.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, and you can notice Booster is not
high-centered on another robot, or maybe a bouncy ball.
I think a bouncy ball.
Yeah.
No, it's another robot. You're right.
I bet Booster could get off of that, though.
I bet they could.
Don't worry, Mr. Roper is here to help.
Yeah, I bet Mr. Roper could get Booster off with enough time. And kapow! Oh,
there we go.
A good bounce.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Oh, I see some dangly bits.
Yep, I know exactly what that piece is. That is the bungee that causes the single-acting pneumatic cylinder to retract.
So no more retracting?
Well, it did retract, but it kind of does it when it feels like it.
Yeah, it's a little bit gravity-based, a little bit wind-based.
Oh, the crowd is cheering for what they want. They know they want to see a flying old man toolbox creation. There it goes!
Hey, Mr. Roper landing on his wheels. Nice job, buddy.
Took it out a light from the ceiling with that hit. That's a lot of force in the arena when Booster kicks off a flip like that.
And you can see Booster trying to pick his next shot. He doesn't want to pick on Mr. Roper again.
Oh, the bouncy balls continue to go everywhere.
I think he got that bouncy ball container and a robot with that one.
Yeah, I don't know where the robot went after that, though.
No, I did not see it come down. It might still be in the ceiling.
We got 1 minute left in this chaotic rumble. Booster's still boosting. Roper's still roping.
Mini Booster over there in the corner also boosted. There we go. Trying to get itself back up.
Mini bots are still going nuts as well. Fantastic.
Part of me always wants the house bot to destroy everyone at the end of a rumble.
That was the roof shot you wanted, I think.
Yeah,
there.
Mako getting sent upward. Lost their saw on that one.
Is that Turbo Friend over there in the corner flailing around?
Sure looks like it.
Oh, they're stuck.
A little gentle push of some trash.
It looks like their forks are stabbed into the arena there.
On Booster.
Yeah.
Is this our second lawn darting?
I believe it is.
Oh, man.
Lawn darts were made illegal in the United States back in the 70s.
Luckily, we have this bulletproof cage in which we could run them safely.
Reminder, it is bulletproof, not necessarily lawn dart proof.
Fair. There's a reason we banned those and not semi-automatic weapons.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, boy.
so much joy on the faces of everyone that participated in that chaos. Thank you so much for devoting your time, your effort, and your robots.
And thank you all for volunteering to clean up after this fight as well.
Absolutely. We've got brooms for every one of you.
Mouse was in there. I didn't see
I didn't even
Mouse.
know. Yeah. Hey, Mouse. What's
Have
up,
a
buddy?
hole in the wall.
Yeah, I like to think that there's a little dormouse door in the corner of the kick plate, which, you know, Mouse just kind of comes out when it wants.
It's actually the only egress from the box when it's locked is Mouse's little door.
Right.
That was tons of fun. You probably saw me get roofed by Booster. That was awesome. But you may have missed when I actually embedded my saw in Money Shot, which fortunately did not actually cause any damage to their electronics. In a Rumble, you know, you don't want to set a robot on fire necessarily. We're just having fun beating each other up, but not necessarily trying to kill each other. But that Rumble was tons of fun. You saw our other robot Turbo friend in there with the big mohawk losing wheels. You can see Mouse in there running around. The commentators are, you know, have some great comments about him. So yeah, the Rumble was just tons of fun, and that was actually the first Rumble I've done so far. And yeah, sign me up next time. So overall, it was a pretty good day. I got eliminated sooner than I wanted to, obviously, but some pretty obvious fixes to make. Going to improve the saw mount so it doesn't fail in like literally every match. But this video is getting long. By the time I post this, I will have already competed at another tournament. So we'll cut this short. We'll talk more about the robot next time. Some of my ideas about why I've designed it like I did. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching.